Well, that's a quap, Brian. So now two-time susless Detender has arrived.
Hey, wait. It
When
could
did they
still be a
last make
fifth.
it?
They could. He
He
did say
said
fourth.
He literally said
It's
fourth.
such a good Slark game. OD's already banned. Like, Shadow Demon's one of the best supports against you.
No,
Like,
no,
As the owner and writer of the sus list, would you accept? I will make the case for Brian here.
I will.
If it's a fifth pick Slark, would you
I will
accept
take. He's now a two-times person. I will take off one of the names. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, do I get a re-guess if it's banned Slark?
Yes, yes, yes.
If they ban Slark,
Yeah.
do I get a re-guess?
Because then that would have been right anyways.
Like to remove the one. To remove the one, do I get
careful,
a re-guess?
careful now. We
yes.
don't want to tell the writer of the sus list.
Yeah, I feel like you
how
guys are
the
just trying to
sus list
freak
works.
me out right
No,
now.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
if J.Storm bans it, I have no chance. So do I get a new
Yes,
chance?
you would.
Okay, okay.
But if they
if
don't
beastcoast
ban
bans it, then I'm calling it, calling it
Okay.
quits there.
Gotcha.
what number? How many do I
Three
have?
times.
You're off, I think now.
Okay,
well, no,
cool.
crispy bacon, you're on. You both are on for the crispy.
What about yourself, Grant?
I'm definitely not on. I eat that shit nice and floppy.
Okay, so it's gonna be Slark and Peel are the two heroes pick banned for Beast Coast.
Let's see.
Like they're gonna pick one of those two, and the other one's the one that's banned. Because Peel's really good against Undying, Batrider, and Morph. So unless they were to pick, what 4 position would cause some issues? I feel like a Nyx Assassin or something is really good here.
And we have not seen much Nyx in NA at all, which
Yeah,
is
we
it's
haven't.
a little surprising.
You can like stun the Centaur on his own return. You can. You have 3 Ent heroes on Beast Coast.
J.Storm member?
Is that hero still in? Holy crap! That hero's still in the pool. They have a lot of stuns on Beast Coast though.
Yeah, but lots of stuns counter everything. I guess you could go mid-morph or something and pick like Wraith.
I was told mid morph's really bad against Quap. I don't know.
It's kind of rough.
Okay.
You can't play it like the... It's like playing against Zeus and stuff, right? Oh, they take Kunkka.
Ooh, I like
The
Kunkka.
9
Great lockdown against the Quap and Centaur.
Yeah. I wanted some
Sick.
kind of catch, which is why I thought of Ember.
Okay,
But-
never mind. Slark and Peel suck. That's even why that's a better pick, because those are the 2 heroes that stand out to me from the carry role for Beast Coast, and now Kunkka's good against both of those, like really good. So you can't purge X with Slark Dark Pact, and Kunkka just buys Radiance if you're against Peel.
All right, so it will be Beast Coast with the overall last pick. They'll at least get to see what J.Storm. J.Storm looking to probably pick up a support here. Still their 4. And then Beast Coast, they gotta pick that end-all be-all hero, will they?
They think it's a 4 position bat, huh? They
Feels
banned
like to me
Bristle.
the Beast
Yeah.
Coast really need it's really scary that J.Storm have this like great lockdown of the Kunkka combined with 2 heroes that just own an area with Batrider and Undying.
Yeah, they're gonna ban Jug, I think, on J.Storm. Out of all the heroes left against Batrider,
Yeah.
there's the Jug.
Their vision game's really good, too, on J.Storm.
J.Storm feels like a whole new team, even with just their drafts today. They feel
Yeah.
so much different.
No carry hero looks perfect here.
It is a
4 position
4,
bat.
3.
What do you pick? Like, any hero you pick here is going to be countered by Kunkka. Because you have to pick something that removes Sticky.
You have to, or else you just lose through lanes. It feels like.
I feel like this Batrider just wins the entire game if a second pick Batrider is against no Sticky removers. Quap's like okay against Bat because you can the Batrider can't like dive you or anything as a support.
Are you going to pick Troll here as Beast Coast?
If you pick Troll, you lose.
Then what's the hero?
I'm saying like you have to pick something that removes Sticky, man. Like you have to even Lifestealer is
So
better.
for you, it's
like,
either Slark or Lifestealer.
yeah, the problem is like all these heroes are either bad against Morph or Kunkka. Like one of the two.
Yeah.
Like Lifestealer is really bad against Morph. Slark, PL are really bad against Kunkka. Like
Well, they got 5 seconds.
you can't just
BSJ.
ignore the fact that this Batrider's in the game. Yeah,
Well,
you do.
says
Okay, so I'm like one of my ticks are off the sus
Yeah,
list.
you're good
Six is
for
good.
now. It's
Okay.
like whatever. You're
I
okay.
feel like you just last picked Slark into 2 counters, the Kunkka Legion. Why is that Slark not 4th? Do you see what I'm saying here? That's why I thought they'd pick
Yeah.
it 4th, because you're playing like they're gonna be aware that Slark's a good pick, so then you would have a perfect pick last.
I assume.
I think that was actually just purely a mistake by Beast Coast drafting. But what do you guys think over there?
I think Beast Coast really have to make sure they don't lose the lanes super hard. But if they don't lose the lanes, then I can really see Beast Coast just kind of running over J.Storm in a lot of ways. J.Storm's lineups like hero to hero. There's a lot of matchups, but there's the individually, like, each one of the heroes has, like, different timings, I think. While Beast Coast, you have this 4-man, there's, like, very simple, like, 4 protect 1, where this 4-man can just, like, run it. A lot of J.Storm heroes, they're all going to be strong at 20 minutes. They could just kind of run over you at that point.
I think I prefer J.Storm's lineup. Just because I think the Kunkka versus Quap matchup is really nice for Kunkka, too. And I think they can always fight them 5-on-5. I can see them fighting them 5-on-5. They have, like, Undying plus Batrider. That's good enough to take these engagements, plus the boat buff.
So you guys are both. So Cap, when do you think Beast Coast falls off? If they don't just take over like the 20 to 30 minute mark, do you think it's gonna be a problem?
I think J.Storm, like, if I had to predict, I would say J.Storm, but I could see how Beast Coast
Like,
would win.
if they do.
It would have
Okay.
to be off of don't lose your lane super hard, run over them in the, like, that 15, 20 minute marker where Quap and Centaur are very strong. You've got 2 great playmaking supports. Like, basically, there's a lot of team fight that happens between those 4, and then Slark can just come in and clean up, which is what BSJ says Slark does
Yeah,
best.
I mean,
right?
I'm completely in agreement with you on your draft analysis there. Like, I think J.Storm's is favored, but Beast Coast has a way better lineup than last game. Like, they can make the plays. It's the way they like to play. They smoke up and make good
Yeah.
rotations, and they have a lot of heroes that do that.
Well, unfortunately,
We
not
have
for
to
us.
kill
We
the
do.
cool versions of Blitz
I'm
and Cap.
sorry, my wormhole friends, but back to the stars with you, my friend. Wow, wow, wow. And that's them floating up in the stars. I don't know what the sound was, but whatever. We got J.Storm, we got Beast Coast, we got the possibility of knowing our grand finals matchup after this game if J.Storm wins.
The thing for me as like a Slark player here, I don't mind playing Slark in this game, but it's not like a free Slark game. So I wouldn't have minded if I had been 4th pick Slark, and then my mid laner has like a really good game.
Like, you
But-
get him the matchup he
Yeah,
wants, 'cause-
exactly.
yeah.
And like Quap does okay in lane against Kunkka, but in game it's like really rough for the Quap. And I think Slark, we're probably going to see a bunch of Lincolns coming out from Beast Coast this game. I think Slark and Quap will definitely have one by the end of the game. Against Batrider, Kunkka, Legion, all of their catch is single target. And they don't have like an easy way to instant break your Lincolns either. Yeah, like Soul Rip kind of, but Undying's never really going to be the one
At the front of the fight,
getting
like
in the
being
range
able
of
to-
soul
yeah,
ripping you. Yeah, like sometimes they'll have like a Lion Mana Drain or something that makes Lincolns just really bad. But this game, we're almost certainly going to see a bunch of Lincolns. And if they get to that point in the game on Beast Coast, like Slark is going to feed off these heroes. If he gets like Diffusal, Lincoln's, BKB, I know that seems like a lot of items. It's not like he needs those to be able to fight, but if he gets to that point, I think he's the strongest hero in the game. So I'd like to see how that plays out. By that point, looks like we're going to get a little ninja play by 1437, sneaking that bounty rune out from under their noses. So that's going to be 3 for 1 in favor of the
Damn.
J.Storm lineup here.
Yeah, and like that. Yeah, purple pings. I'm like, son of a gun, he got us.
I love doing that, man. Especially when they have kill lineups because you know they're going to be grouped
They
up.
want to, yeah.
Yeah.
So, does look like it's Moose. He's zoned him out, but both heroes are already under that tower, so he can't really harass them until they're there. This Slark, he's going to need help, right? Someone has to TP down here. Does he want to be down here 2v1? There's no way,
No,
right? Especially
absolutely
not
not.
for his Batrider Legion. That is a lot.
The one bounty rune is a pretty big deal for Slark because he didn't have the gold to get the Quelling Blade before the creeps coming under his tower. Like right here, he'd be getting like all these CS. Yeah, he gets
Damn.
that one. That was
Moo
impressive.
kind of messed him up there. Yeah, we'll watch. And this, oh man,
wow.
Leo.
That's actually really
He's
big.
going to get this one as well. Oh, okay. I
what?
thought he actually
That was the
Yeah,
easiest
that was
of
I
them.
know. Of course he doesn't. Oh, but the range creep now. They're just going to right-click him. Don't want to get it denied, obviously, but he is stealing a lot. Gets that agility for now, and they will bring it down. I love me just some last city under tower. Top lane, it will be that Morphling, as well as Undying. Undying needs to be careful. Just going to get held here. Moose is going to throw up the Inkswell, and this should be an easy first blood. Well, maybe. They tried to give the kill to Braxton. He just steals some more strength. Oh, my goodness. And, well, he ends up taking it anyways.
Allowed him to get that extra taunt off for the
dance
mental
on.
damage.
And you love Undying in tri-lanes, but, I mean, he'll just come back, right? Is that death that big for an Undying?
Not
It feels like
really.
you don't really want to die, though, as an Undying, but it's not the biggest deal.
You're basically buying space for your Morphling to not do that. And Slark's actually doing pretty well down here. 6-0 in a 1v2, and he's getting solo XP. It's going to get a little rougher for him, but he does have the stick plus quelling, so he's good to go on items. You don't mind spamming a Dark Pack to remove Sticky because you get the stick charges to have your mana come back.
We'll see. He's just harassing out Fear down here, doing it over and over. Meanwhile, bottom lane, another hold's going to go on the Undying. He'll get stomped again. There goes another stun. Will he get another decay off? It's on cooldown for 3 Saints. They need one more right click.
That's
Brax
a big death.
Gets it.
He has no TP. It should be on cooldown for like another 30 seconds. So that alone, that one's a big one because the lane's pushing out. They needed to. Yeah, okay, good. They're having the creeps meet here. They're actually missing these 3 creeps. Never mind. This isn't that bad for Morphling. Obviously not ideal, but it could be way worse.
Haystrin picked up by 9.
Mid lane going exactly even as said. It's not a terrible matchup either way. But in game, Kunkka really likes playing against the Quap.
And 9, he went down as a Kunk with no boots to go pick up that Haste Rune. Obviously, both teams have that ward bottom, so everyone's going to know if there's anything happening down there.
Leo has the 201 build. That's fascinating. I guess you're spamming Dark Pact anyways. This is the idea behind it.
Yeah.
But the Dark Pact does deal damage to yourself, so you're going to run out of regen, as you see here. He's going to have to fly himself some more. Probably going to look to buy some raindrops with those tangos is what I would personally buy. That's because it's the 3-minute mark coming out, and you're against the Legion overwhelming odds, which is quite a painful ability to tank when you're running low on regen.
Brax, he's just diving under the tower right now. Right-clicking Resolution down. Moose trying to stop the pull of 1437.
Rezo's only got 5 CS.
Yeah, he is definitely he is struggling very hard right now. Last hitting under the tower.
So it's kind of one of those where you aren't. This isn't an ideal situation for Slark. If you're like in a pub, you'd be like, why aren't my supports helping me? But this is a situation where they're shutting down the Morphling more than you're getting shut down. So you're perfectly fine with this trade-off. Both offlaners are doing better than their respective carries.
And also, I guess we didn't really talk about it. It is an IX Might. It is a position 5 Rasta, not a position 5 Grimstroke. Is there like...
Interesting.
Why? You just want the Aether Lens? Maybe Moose just more comfortable on the hero?
I was going to say,
sure.
maybe IX Might just doesn't play Grim. I've never seen that. So.
I've never seen him play it either. Well, it will just continue trade farm up top, but the Centaur doing a little bit better than the Morphling, obviously. But this Kunkka is starting to take a pretty heavy lead in the mid lane. 28-2 versus 19-5. The bottom rune. He's going to blink 40. He does beat up. He will get hit by the Torrent, but he's going to be okay with that. But look at this. Fear's going to be over here, and guess what? Blink's on cooldown. Rioi's going to have to do some crazy stuff. There's going to be the X. He might just be going down here. There's no might. He will be. And nice rotation from Fear there.
That was clutch.
Comes over at that position 4 Bat Rider. Because if you're position 4, obviously you want to get some items. Does he just stack jungle? Is that where he's going to get the farm on Bat Rider?
I think you're going to
do?
have some space open up for you with the cores rotating, and eventually, like, you will have the option to jungle. It's kind of a weird spot. I've never actually seen Bat Rider 4. I've seen it 5,
like once,
3,
like 10
2.
years ago. Yeah, exactly. You've seen it 1?
Oh, sorry. I was 5.
Dude,
that'd
be hilarious. If you've seen a 1 Bat Rider, I'm like, damn, you have seen the future of Dota. Uh-oh, Moose. The X. It is only level 1. He actually gets the bounty, and he runs back into it. Here comes a boat. Here comes a Torrent. This should be a kill here on Moose. And it will be. 9 ends up picking it up, and they talked about it. Blitz lined about it. You just want that middle who moves around, and Kunkka already 2 runes, 2 kills. They will pop the shrine as well. Shower with the boys.
Morphling recovering nicely. He's a hero that is pretty hard to kill, I'd say, super early game, but they have the tools. If they can get that bug on him from the Grimstroke following up after the Hex, they absolutely have the burst damage needed to kill him. So this is never a free Morphling game, rightfully so, since they first picked it overall.
Yeah, you hope it's not if you're on the Beast Coast side at least.
Yeah.
Well, Brax is going to try to cut some creeps. 1437 will continue to go after him here. Morphling, happy. And Brax isn't over there. And now will be another shrine used. So both shrines used by the Dire already. Well, neither used on the Radiant. And there will be a double damage top. Looks like Rio will pick this one up. Bottle plus 2 nulls. Still not doing terrible even with that death. Has 10 denies compared to Kunkka's
Going on
2.
bottom here. Get the pounce with the Inkswell on the Slark. Really big kill if they can get it.
And it would be a
Oh my
+1
God, it's so
agility,
close.
but maybe not. He does have another level 3 Dark Pact, but instead Fear's just eating Moose alive. He's going to be able to get this kill. He's just flying over him, and he does. There will be a hold, and now Leo needs to at least get this 1 kill. He gets it on Fear, but IX Might, he's going to go down as well. Now it's Moo versus Leo. There's going to be a rotation from Rioya. Double damage there.
Didn't get the Agi, though, from the
did
second
not.
kill.
And that would have been pretty nice. I mean, honestly, right? Every agility matters in a game like this.
It snowballs, but you're more than happy to get 2 kills right there. Really good rotation from Ryoya. Yeah, you're trading 2 supports for it, But most importantly, the Slark Legion matchup's really snowbally. Like, if Legion can just duel you and bully you out of lane with that kill threat, it really limits your farm a lot on Slark. But on the other hand, Slark represents a lot of kill threat on Legion, so it kind of goes both ways. Really important to swing that in favor of the Slark, who is level 6 now.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be really hard to kill him at this point, but Brax, he might get found. There's going to be the X, there's going to be the boat where you're going to hit him with the torrent as well. Sure looks like in Rezo. Yep, that's my kill, he says. Hits him with the level 1 adaptive.
Slark is going for Midas without boots. Yeah, he has the Wraith Band and the Wand, but interesting to me that he chooses that build because of what I said about the Slark Legion matchup. If you die once going for this Midas to this Legion, it makes it not worth it. So he has to be really careful. They are going to catch the Legion with the Shackle, long duration.
1437, he does have the level 2 heal. That is a lot of heal. They do get the stun off though. Leo going to continue to right click, but they won't be able to bring him down.
Yeah, usually Slark has multiple points in Essence Shift at this point, but because he was maxing Pact against the Bat Rider, you're seeing a pretty standard, like an old build on Slark.
Yeah, this is the I'm just going to farm up a lot kind of build.
And it makes sense, I guess, with that idea in mind, that he's going for the Midas.
Dire will scan. They will get a red, but it turns green. Ike's Mike. Oh, there's a regen. That's mine. And he gets the Hex off, so he continues to get the charge. He's using all the mana. Ray comes over, maybe looking for a kill, but won't be able to get that regen rune since Mike had to take it. Elsewhere, Brax, he's just getting chased down by Fear now. And as they talked about, even position 4, position 5, this Centaur does not feel good if the Bat is in that lane.
Yeah, if you look at the net worths, actually, all cores are on the Dire side are like 500 ahead of their counterparts, approximately. I guess the offlaners are about equal, but Kunkka number 1 in the net worth, and he has the Radiance queued up. It's not amazing versus Slark, but the mischance is good. Bottom lane, yeah, there's just a brawl constantly.
It is, but look at this. Moo, he doesn't care. Is this going to be a free duel? Will they get the kill? There's going to be Roy. He comes down here. Oh, my Lord, and this could be a double. There's going to be one. Mike even stays alive. Will they chase down Fear? The nuke does hit. The Shadow Strike will tick him down, and wow. Another good rotation from Ryoya. Again, this Quap saving the bottom lane right now.
But, man, he missed the ult on the Legion. Mike could be hitting for a bonus 10 damage, Grant.
Damn, he would have loved that. You know, Mike. What, Mike? What's he going to do? That would be a lot. Shadow Stone just has 100 base damage. He's like, this is great. All right.
Yeah,
Not base,
obviously we're joking, but good rotation from area. Just didn't get the duel win. If it was on, like, the Slark, that would have been relevant, but it wasn't.
10 damage on a Slark or even a Quap, right? That makes a ton of difference. There will be a Torrent coming out, so Ryoya will tank that harass. 10-minute runes seem to be pretty important right now. I'm curious, will we fight for the bounties? Or are we going to fight for the normal runes? It looks like 9's going up top, so yeah, Ryoya, he is just going to pop that shrine finally. And he's going to fight for this top rune. He's got to be careful. It's Brax and Ryoya, but guess what? It's 9, Fear, and Moo. They are just hiding. I like it. It's nighttime. They're just hiding behind the trees here.
Midas on the Slark, done pre-10 minutes. That's pretty early. Obviously, he skipped the boots, and he's going to have to go back for those.
Okay, so it won't be the rune. And look at this Moo. He's looking for a duel. Oh, it's an Arcane rune. Oh, my bad. I missed 1437 going down looking at these runes, but 9's going to get a Arcane rune as well. Do you like the straight-up Radiance? Isn't he sometimes Armlet into Radiance? Why is he just going straight?
Yeah, sometimes you'll see Armlet. Sometimes you see Drums. I don't think... I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't know too much about Kunkka in terms of like the exact details of when it's proper to go these mid-game items. It's just it might just be as much as a playstyle thing for the player. The Radiance is quite potent this game, but also at the same time, I look at Kunkka and I'm like, if I had like BKB Halberd, I'm like really powerful against the Slark and all the other damage. Like all they have is Slark plus magic damage, and so that's going to delay those items. I think that's what he'll go after the Radiance, and maybe that's why he's skipping like the Armlet Drums, because he knows he needs like specific items past the Radiance. That may be the idea behind it.
Okay.
He hasn't been nearly as active as I thought he would be, but that is showing in his net worth, right? Like even though the Quap's been the one rotating, the Kunkka ends up being the #1 net worth because he's just hitting creeps.
Ooh, misses the Torrent stack there on Kunkka.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool how you can do that. I always forget about it. Morphling does rotate bottom.
Oh, there's a smoke, though, from Ike's Mike as well as Moose. They're both
careful.
level 6. Rezo, he could just get Hexter Signs. Whoa, they're going over. He gets the Hex up before they can do anything. This is going to be an easy kill. Nice job by Ike's Mike. And it felt like he had time when he saw him, but there is going to be a lasso. This could be a kill on Queen of Pain. There's the duel, and it will be. So a big kill for big kill trade there, but you get the extra damage on the Legion. But Morph dying, I mean, pretty even trade, I guess.
It's even, but I'd also say that based on what's happening in the lanes, like who's pushing what, that favors Beast Coast. Because meanwhile, Slark's farming top, Centaur was pushing out mid, working on his Blink Dagger, about 700 gold off. So I'd say that just goes in favor of Beast Coast. And we were talking about how, as the game goes on, I think Beast Coast is favored. And a lot of things have seemingly gone right for them so far. And it just shows how weak their early game was when Cap was worried about how the lanes were going to go, because they're up in kills. It seems like a lot of good rotations coming out from them, and they're still down by 1,000 net worth. Legion queuing up that Blade Mail first.
Is that, you like that instead of a Blink or anything? We even saw a Vanguard Legion Commander some other day. You just like
You
straight
can't
up
go
Blade Mail?
Vanguard against Slark, because you're just feeding a message
Yeah.
shift. I think that it's an offensive and defensive item, and it makes it so that Slark can't really kill you unless you're permanently disabled. While you're, it's like a map pressure thing. If you have a blink, you're vulnerable to getting initiated onto. And since he has like a Kunkka to start fights as well, he's going to be more of a I run at them and force them to use stuff on me kind of hero. And Blade Mail makes sense for that.
And I'm watching the stack being taken by, I mean, top tower is going to go down to the Slark, but we got a Tombstone stack being taken by Reza over here.
Not the fastest
No, it's
execution of the stack, but either way, they are content to farm up, you can tell, because 9, like we've mentioned several times, is going for that Radiance. Moo chilling in the bottom lane. Both teams are playing the efficiency game. Slark just straight up queuing a Scotty. I thought he would go for, like, Diffusal Lincolns.
Isn't Diffusal really, really good versus Morph? That's what
yeah,
other Slarks
I mean,
have
I
told
just
me.
think, like, Lincolns is completely necessary this
Yeah.
game, and the one problem with Lincolns is it offers you no aggression. So he's kind of like going in between with the Scotty, where you get a little bit of the effect of both items. You get a bit of tankiness in the slow, but I feel like this game is incredibly difficult to play with no Lincolns. By the time the Legion has Blink Blade Mail, you have to ulti going into fights, and that makes it really weird to play Slark. When you can't like afford to hold your ulti, even if just because you don't see one hero on the map. But they have no saves, so maybe we'll see like probably a Yule's coming out from Quap. Yeah, Yule's is really good here because of the Kunkka X, but as well as the duel on Legion, like the Legion duels and just Yule's are up in the air. Fear working on some drums, so no blink from him either.
Okay, so that could be an issue coming up. You don't know that true. I guess they're just all in on this Kunkka X getting somebody. Yeah, Moo continues to just farm up. He will have his Blade Mill now over at the side shop.
Centaur, does he have blink on Centaur? He does, so they're looking to potentially make something happen here. I don't think he's been scouted.
Doesn't look like in middle. 9, he's just trying to clear out that middle wave. He does have enough for the Relic fee, which is to purchase it.
He's actually so rich on Kunkka. He's beating a Midas first Slark, pretty much. And Slark had a good lane.
Yeah, it's close, but as you said, 9, he continues to move farther and further ahead. And look at this, there's 4 heroes over here. They really want to kill someone middle before they get that tower, but eventually you're just kind of wasting time at this point, it feels like.
Yeah, nobody's showing bottom. Nobody's pushing top tier 2.
They just go in.
It's pretty obvious that Beast Coast is somewhere around the mid lane, but looks like they want to fight.
Wow, Brax is in here.
He's going to die here, aren't they? 2-man stomp, maybe?
He thought about it, but he sees a third. It's a Morphling T being in. Are they willing to commit? They're going to blink forward. It will be a 2-man stomp. Gets him in between. He takes a lot of damage, but it's a 3-man ulti from Roy. No one's still died yet. The silence is on the Morphling. He gets stunned again. He goes down. There will be a duel with the Blade Mill. Will Rioya go down? He won't to the duel, but he will to Bat Rider. And now I explain he's going to get run over by this Firefly. They get a look for the Slark. I don't think you can kill him, so instead they're going to turn their attention to Moose and Fear. These two, if you didn't know, strange teammates, but in the last open qualifiers, Fear and Moose did play in South America.
I mean, the turnaround potential from Dire, I guess, is pretty insane. I'm surprised they fought that before the Radiance, and that bodes pretty poorly for the Radiant squad
Yeah.
that they are missing almost all that net worth on Kunkka. Like, you have a 7,600 gold net worth Kunkka, and half of that's on a Relic. So, and the fight still went poorly. Undying, one of the best counter initiation heroes in the game. They did use Centaur ulti right at the start, which is pretty much the disengage from Tomb. I heard Kyle talking about it last night. I always thought that Centaur was pretty good against Undying because of the ulti that you haste everybody away from the Tomb, but at the end of the day, that Tomb persists for a long period of time, and that Centaur ulti is not a very large percentage of that period of time. We do see a Solar Crest being queued up by Moo. No blink on him. He's playing it like a Beastmaster, where you buff up the attack speed of one of your cores, and you just buy buff items.
And Leo, he did go for the Diffusal Blade on the Slark. Switched it up the last second. They're going to fly it out now. Looks like they want to take this top tier 2. They know it was a pretty rough fight middle. Tower did end up going down, I guess, so you get a little bit of that map presence.
I don't like the BKB on Slark. I think Lincoln's is just really good here. You go Lincoln's then BKB, but I don't. BKB's never raw. It's never bad.
Yeah.
It's never bad. So I'm not flaming it. It's just that I think the Lincoln sounds really nice. But that Lincoln's is more expensive, so that's kind of boding that he's saying like I need to be ready earlier.
Yeah.
Of course, he did have the Scotty queued up the whole time, and then just went
Gotcha.
Diffusal anyways.
This will be a tier 2 tower getting taken top. Bottom lane tower is at full HP. I believe will Radiant still try to defend this, or do they even care about that bottom tier 2 either?
Nah, you kind of just accept the trade.
Get
They're
it.
already set up on J.Storm. They'd have to all-in commit for this, and that just doesn't feel good. Your Quap, pretty low net worth, despite all the successful rotations. Has 3 deaths. Like, yeah, she's keeping up with the Legion, but a solid 2,000 gold behind all the other cores, behind all the 1s and 2s in the game, I guess I could say.
Middle lane, Mandy is just gonna, or Leo is just gonna keep cutting those creeps. And both teams are just avoiding each other right now. There's a Radiance in the stash now of Kunkka, as well as level 15 coming up, so he's gonna be pretty happy.
Yeah, if he gets BKB Halberd, he's like so scary. I don't know what else to say from like a Slark perspective. You just don't have enough damage to bring him down. And the Radiance burn on Kunkka, for people who haven't kept up with Dota, we see it a lot, the Radiance on Kunkka. You're kind of like an X-Torrent boat, and then you're kind of just running around in the fight anyway. And because of the Radiance, it's bound to extend the fight with the Kunkka rum that makes you take 50% damage.
Yeah.
And so in extended fights, Radiance always goes up in value. We might be seeing Leo get caught here. Does break the smoke with the night vision, so he sees them and they don't see him. Good play, actually, by him.
If you didn't know, Slark, the only hero, I believe, with the same night vision is day vision a lot.
You have Lycan ulti, you have
Okay.
Night Stalker, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he doesn't have the same. He has better night vision.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Fear goes down top.
You have some heroes that have talents. You have Wyvern who gets it on her Q. I always like to think about this because it is an important part of Dota. Sniper has extended night vision. I think it's like 1,200.
Well, it is important because look at it. He just
1,400 night vision on Sniper.
Like he just dodged a gank because of it, right? Like
Yep.
that very well could have just been a kill, but
Vision's a huge part of Dota, and knowing when they see you and when you see them is pretty important, and that's like something that makes... There's like 3 parts of Slark that are super broken that like the average player doesn't know about. It's the fact that you detect wards with your ultimate, the night vision part of it, and then also the fact that you just have... I guess all the other parts are known, so I'm not going to talk about this anymore. We do see Legion get caught in the middle lane, but you have the
phase
Tombstone
boots.
behind, and who's actually catching who is the real question.
yeah, this doesn't look good. It seems like you're just giving some free damage here to the Legion, and there are other heroes. Fear, he's got the Tranquils and Drums. He's going to try to chase after Brax. They will pop the ulti. Rioya runs down. Brax runs up. He's going to TP behind the tower, and Fear won't be able to find him there. They do know where Rioya is at.
He's
Who's
looking
coming
with
down
the
here?
X.
It's 9. Oh, and he gets the X. Roy could be in a lot of trouble. He has the Yules. He will pop it up. Was it too early? No. It was well played. There goes the Torn. It misses. Boat misses, and Rioya, he's breaking some ankles here.
Yeah, well played by him to blink first, then Yules. If Kunkka was really next level, he would
should've
have
done it right
X'd.
away.
Yeah, he would have X'd the second he blinked.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, it's all mind games, right? Like, if you do this, I'm going to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I bet he wasn't ready for that. Like
Yeah,
the
he's-
instant
why'd
blink.
he do that?
Usually
Yeah.
they like hold the blink, they Yules off
and
the
then
X and
blink
then
after.
blink away. Yeah, exactly. So so the Yules only last 2.5 seconds and the X lasts for 4. So it doesn't actually remove the X, but it makes it so if you are up in the air for that 2.5 seconds, so if he like gets past the first second and a half of X, he can then
Then he's good,
guaranteed
for sure.
dodge it. Yeah.
What do you think about it? He's going to more carry build after the Yules. He does take the attack speed talent on Quap, and going Orchids next. Is they just need the extra carry, or?
That's honestly strange to me. I feel like Lincolns or BKB are needed to play Dota. Like, how does he play fights? Is how I wonder. There's so much threat. Even just a Bat Rider with drums running at you. Like, if you blink it on Quap, the fact that you can't blink in, all of her animations, even like Dagger, Blink, and her ulti are all like really janky, and it makes it so like you're vulnerable during your cast animations. Top lane, Rezo's just doing a little bit of bullying. Already has a Manta, which makes Orchid even weirder to me. Kunkka's going to have a BKB. You have Legion to purge it off of anyone she's behind. I'm not going to lie. I think this Orchid might be straight up trash, but
You'll have to see it at least
always
once,
willing to
maybe.
be proven
Yeah.
wrong. Like, if it somehow turns into a big kill,
Yeah.
by all means, like, it's worth it. Slark looking to pressure a bit of bottom. Legion still no Blink Dagger, so As a Slark player, I'm feeling pretty confident doing what he's doing. But like if Legion was off map with a blink, I would not feel good about this. So that's what's a little interesting about Moo. He doesn't generally go for the blink dagger very often. He likes to play these like aura carrier type offlaners. So even with Legion, he's still playing her that way. They are up by 3K. Looks like a lot of trades going on this game.
Yeah, it is, because tier 2, it feels like, as you said, Dyer, they just keep setting up. They go behind a tower, they set up.
Kunkka TPing in.
There you go, yeah. There he is X, so he just let Lila
okay.
clears the creep wave. Oh, and the siege unit, they actually let it die. A little bit of a mistake there from Braxton Leo, but it looks like tier 2 tower goes down nonetheless. Are they pushing base here? They know there's no wards. Yeah, here goes J.Storm. Let's go.
BKB on Slark.
Yep. They glyph immediately. They're like, whoa, our base is getting pushed. We should probably do something.
They might smoke up out of this on Beast Coast side because they have the BKB. But Centaur almost to a Crimson. Quap almost to an Orchid, so maybe they'll wait for all that.
Get your quick item timings and hope you take that one big fight.
Interestingly enough, he delivers his item on Quap. Like, none of those items are in your inventory, and you showed the opponent what you're going, which is always something to consider.
Yeah, he's just farming up the enemy team triangle now as well. And so far, no one really wants to run into each other. 20 kills, 22 minutes in. Blink Dagger is picked up. They got one initiation now. It is picked up on Fear.
That's a lot of power in a 4-position hero.
Yep.
What's Grimstroke got? Just a Spirit Vessel against the Morph, but once again, the Legion W is pretty damn good against stuff like the Spirit Vessel and the Orchid.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have just itemized to defend themselves rather than itemizing to be aggressive. You have Shaman, Grim, Centaur, and even Slark alone is a pretty aggressive hero. They are just roshing on the Dire side. They have the Solar Crest, and they also have the Press the Attack. Kunkka to tank. He has BKB. Morphling going for the Scotty.
This is tough. Feels like you kind of have to defend this on Radiant, but you
Yeah,
don't know what's happening. Whoa, middle lane, Fear. He's going to try to stop something. There will be a kill coming out. Yep, he goes down.
They have to know something around here.
Yeah, Brax is going in, but it's going to be too late. Whoa, really blinks in. He almost gets it on time. Resolution now will get stopped, but it won't be enough. Here comes the boat. Will it hit on the Brax? No, it will just give everyone the rum. No, it does actually hit on Brax, and now 9. He's going forward. There's going to be the BKB pop by him. The Radiance is burning him down slowly. 9 actually gets with the Radiance. Torrent will miss, but Moose, he is kind of by himself, but there's going to be the duel instead on old Michael. He'll get brought down there in this Legion. 46 damage, no blink. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I like the idea that Rario was going with there. They were just a bit too late. Like, the Roche was already too low that when he blinks screams, it's like a stall thing. He's got a haste. He's just going to run away.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work to stall if Roche is already dead.
Yeah,
so.
he was only about 1 second late there, but 1 second is one too many. He does have that orc, as you said, 2K gold as well. Looks like tier 2 tower might get pushed by this Morphling. Doesn't want to waste time, though, right? Killing those Ancients while the creeps come.
God, I just feel like that Orchid is just a wasted 4,000 gold. And Slark uses BKB there. And the sad thing about this BKB Slark is since you don't have Lincolns, you're still forced to pop your BKB, like, preemptive. Or you're supposed to pop your ultimate preemptively because of this Legion, who going Shadow Blade. Just really all against this Blink Dagger. And I feel like with the Morphling Kunkka, your lineup kind of screams, I dare you to come to us. They do catch the Quap, who just dies to a lasso.
Yep. That is a rough one. And you see the tip there. Yeah, it's, I mean, no Lincolns. Lincoln saves you there.
Classic.
Really, on the opposite side. I mean, it's always
I'm
just
telling
time,
you,
right?
it happens once a game.
Minutes,
It happens once a game. I don't understand it. Like, you know, people may think I'm like flaming them or something, but I watch it happen once per game, and I'm like, it still keeps happening once per game. It looks like Slark looking to put a little pressure on Moo here, but he has 32 armor.
Mike's like, wait, what the hell? Why'd you lead him over here? They are going to Centaur ulti him out, but he did throw the snakes down. They are still chasing Fear.
No lasso.
It's one sticky, but the Solar Crest with that movement speed slow. Now push him on back and give me that dual damage. Bop, bop, bop. Michael has donated quite a bit of damage over here to
I
Moo.
forgot that Solar Crest does a movement speed. So 9 is in
so
trouble
good.
bottom here. Does have BKB though, and they have no way of actually like
TB,
slowing
though.
him down. He's boat buffed and phase boots.
I mean,
Can they get him? They have inhibit, as you call, in 3 seconds. He's actually going to go down. That's 17 Essence, 19 Essence shift stacks, feeding the Slark.
Middle lane, though. Oh, my goodness. Press the attack on the Morphling. The tower's dead. It's actually just already dead.
And he's got Aegis, so he's not like afraid of finishing it off. And Slark, interestingly enough, took the 30 attack speed. Generally, we've been seeing a lot more lifesteal, and you're against Legion. So lifesteal goes up in value against like a Blade Mail duel. But he might just be under the impression that if he gets dueled, he dies anyway.
Yeah.
So it's fine to just try to dump out as much damage during the BKB ult as possible. He was forced to... Actually, no, he was not forced to BKB to bring down that Kunkka.
Ooh, they're chasing for more. There will be a nice pushback there, and they will just back it up. Don't want to push uphill. You never know if Kunkka does buy back. You might be in trouble. So
Yeah, you
want
to like try to snowball off of these 19 essence shift that you got from the Kunkka, but you can't just take stupid fights because of the fact that you have it.
Yeah.
Fear still has lasso. Man, why did you buy this Orchid? I don't understand. Like,
we haven't even seen it used once
Who are
yet.
you killing with it? Like, Batrider's working on a Yules. You can get the Dirge, but he has
and
a
once
Glimmer.
He might go, oh no. He has to actually Orchid the creep. There's going to be that, and well, see you later, my friend. There's the duel as well. They do try to save him. It looks like he might make it through. No, he will not. He gets eaten alive, and I know, BSJ, I know. Calm down, my friend, but I am with you. I am with you.
Like, I just... like, you know, just you talk to him like, dude, give me one reason why you built Orchid.
Yeah. And guess what? They're going to go for this melee rack zone. You see how much damage this Morphling can put out. Resolution. We'll see if they bring it down. That is a glyph used, and yep, they're not backing up anytime soon. It should be at least some super creeps by the 28-minute spawns.
J.Storm is looking good here. Like, they're playing solid Dota. I like their drafting. I like overall a few mistakes here and there, but Resolution showing us why he's got second place in TI. He's just playing a very smooth game. Had that one death, but that's reasonable against when you're playing a first-pick Morphling.
Oh, and Leo, he's on the backside. Look for the Batrider. They don't have detection, though. There's a Glimmer Cape on the Undying. There will be a Hex on the Morphling. There's going to be a duel, though. Oh, dear. What a catch there by the Legion Commander. There's no buyback on either of these two heroes. This is just going to be 2 full sets of racks, my friend.
I mean, he has BKB still on Slark, but that's the problem with the BKB. There's certain games where, like, yeah.
Like, a lot. 2 skills pierce it.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel good. You're just, it feels like you don't mind the draft of Beast Coast, but the itemization has really turned you off. Okay.
I minded the draft of Beast Coast. I minded the fact that the Slark was last, because when you, if you pick Slark into 2 counters, when you could have picked it 4th, that means you should have just picked it 4th. Right? Because they drafted Legion Kunkka.
No, and there will be a Hex, but it won't matter. Grimstroke's dead. He has to instantly buy back. Your Slark's still not alive for 20 seconds. You might just be giving up Megas here at 29 minutes in. There will be a Blink double stun. Will they get out? He pops the ulti. There will be a double silence, but oh no, the duel and the turnaround. And I think we might be seeing the crumble of Beast Coast here after such a good group stage.
They were looking good, too. It wasn't just like a good score.
Yeah.
Like, they were looking like the top contenders to take down forward. But, I mean, I've just been on it. The first game, the draft, didn't seem like them, but you give them that, mulligan, say, hey, come back for the second game. I think they're just playing worse this game.
It definitely feels, I agree. The items, as you've talked about on 2 of the cores. When 2 cores go, these items that we've seen this quad. It's not just, well, what if? Oh, they will blink forward, though. Resolution. Holy smokes, he actually gets it off, and now he will get pressed the attack. He is going to be completely okay. They're going to turn around. It was a good decision, but they couldn't quite have the damage. The 14K lead. Here comes the boat. It's going to be on everyone. Goodbye, Mike. Brax might get brought down as well by Fear on the back lines. He's just getting eaten alive by the fire. There's another duel. And there's Moose dying, and well, we're not going to see the G's drop. No, we will. I was going to say this is your last chance, but I don't blame him. Game's over. The game's over for sure. And
the problem with the BKB on Slark is, like, the reason why you buy BKB on Slark is that it allows you to, like, delay using your ultimate.
Yeah.
And against Legion, without a Linken's, it doesn't allow you to delay using your ultimate. And you saw there that he's forced to BKB ult at the same time, and that item doesn't feel good there. I'm just going to chop it up to not the perfect draft, but it was okay, and you wasted 4K gold on 2 heroes. That's what it feels like, for the most part, wasted. That Orchid, we saw it used on an Ancient once.
Yes, to make sure he didn't get locked down.
Yes,
and then he got locked down by a bat afterwards.
And then the bat, right? I don't know.
Yep.
What do you guys think, Blitz, Cap?
Yeah, luckily these 2 space astronauts are back to help
They're
us
like
out.
a boomerang, man. We keep sending them to the dark depths of space, and they just keep coming right back.
So I actually thought it was way too good of a Kunkka game. Like, I didn't think he had any natural counters. They had so much team fight and follow-up. Plus, I think they had the better mid and late game. Like, I think their drafts today have just been so much better than they were yesterday. This is like a completely different-looking team for me.
Simultaneously, it felt like a really hard Slark game, even though I think Leo did a good job not dying for a lot of the game.
He only died once,
Eventually, your carry has to come through for you.
It's going to catch up. And,
It's a hard game.
Yeah, so congratulations, J.Storm. They will be going to the grand finals. Let's talk. This Beast Coast team, how do you feel about them? It's tough, right? Should they stick together? I mean, you get third in this, though. You have 2 South Americans. What's your plan going forward? I like them.
I think they're a very good team.
Yeah.
I think that they need a little bit more time. And the sad part is, like, once they watch the quals and, like, figure out what they did wrong and what they did right,
Yeah.
it'll come together. They'll be like, we actually went a little bit too far away from our principles.
Yeah.
And probably because of the short turnaround time, they only had, like, 2 or 3 strats.
Yes.
And they sort of became predictable. But I think, like, skill-wise, like, they look like a pretty good team overall. They don't lose, like, in dumb ways.
Yeah. Moose seems like a pretty big beast coming from SA. We saw, I mean, Kyle and Fear both talked him up when they played in the Open Qualifiers last year. And Cap, how are you feeling? You want to see him again next year? Do you think there needs to be a change?
I definitely want to see this team again. I was quite impressed with Leo and Moose and how they clicked with this NA squad. Obviously, Brax has just been a solid performer. So really, I feel like the biggest danger is like maybe Moose or Brax being taken away by some other team,
team, yeah.
Like that for me. But otherwise, I feel like this is a solid roster, and I would like to see more of them next year.
Yeah, that'd be great. And that means it is going to be 1 series left of the qualifiers. We are the end here. It is going to be Forward versus J.Storm. Before we throw it to break, just sum up how you think this is going to go. Is it going to be a 3-0 for Forward, or is it going to be the craziest J.Storm showing of all time?
Expectations 3-0. I hope to see something different.
Okay, Blitz.
I think it'll be a 3-1 in favor of J.Storm.
Wow. That's
Cap, are you crazy like your compadre
I
over here?
also think it's going to be a 3-1. Hell yeah, but it's Forward.
Damn.
Okay, so the space, lack of oxygen, only got to one of them.
Yeah, thank goodness. Cap was wearing his helmet for half of it at least. But we are going to send it to a break, maybe a little bit longer. I believe we do have some food here, and I believe it is a 30 to 45-minute break in between the games. But don't worry, we're not going to leave you the whole time. We're obviously going to come back. Maybe we'll look at some of the new collectors cash. We'll all give you our preview on that. If not, we'll probably just be here chilling. Actually, one sec before we go. Grant's movie of the night, Assassination Games.
What is that?
It was a movie. Actually, let me look it up again. I think it was Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't know. It was an action movie.
So you didn't watch Prison School?
No, I did not watch it. Prison School, the anime. Give me one second. What the hell?
Control F the word urine.
Dude,
on the
I'm just
Facebook
trying to
page.
minimize.
It comes
I'm
out
getting
way too
trolled here.
often.
Okay, and it was a very weird one. It was two hitmen.
Okay.
And they had the CIA or the DEA or I don't know, some government organization released a prisoner to bait these killers out so that they could kill them, but they end up working together. Hitman can't work together.
Yeah.
And seems unrealistic.
No spoilers.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. They end up working together. Not a spoiler.
Okay.
I mean, you'll learn that pretty early. I'm not going to say what happens, but honestly, if you just want a pretty kind of brain-dead-ish action movie where you're like, oh, these are pretty cool fights. There's martial arts guns, bow and arrows. I don't know what the hell's going on. It wasn't bad. A 6.5 out of 10.
Nice.
That's what you got. So we will head to a quick break. J.Storm is going to meet Ford in the grand finals. We will be back shortly, and you guys better damn well be too. So see you soon, my compadres.